been different than any other camp or mindset I've had to get myself into because of the fact that we are friends and that we do love and respect each other. It is weird.
Mikey, better watch out, buddy. Don't charge at me, buddy. I got dynamite.
He's dominated from day one with heavyweights, and I don't mean just random heavyweights. I mean heavyweights that are ranked in the top 25, if not top 15 in the world, and he's dominating them.
Just putting a game plan together, putting the speed to it. His IQ is just...
The much publicized match between Jake Paul and former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson is less than 2 days away, but a new twist has been added to the unfolding drama surrounding the fight. A new footage of knocking somebody out during a training session has Jake Paul shaking.
Nice left hook. Up.
It was good for today.
Yeah.
I truly do.
You sure?
Yeah, me
yes.
too.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. You sure?
Yeah.
It's all right?
Yes. Let's do this. You did great.
We're done.
It's coming.
It's not how old you are, it's how old you feel.
I don't feel what the word old. I don't feel that.
No. Well, you're smart going into the new wave.
No, it's always the old wave. It's always this.
Yeah.
I could do all this stuff and not have this and this.
Yeah, that's what you need.
The leaked footage has reportedly left Jake Paul shivering, according to insider sources. The new footage, which showed the intense preparation Tyson is going through for their fight, might represent a dimension Paul wasn't prepared to stand against.
It's just crazy. It's surreal to be here in Dallas to see this atmosphere and to know that me and Mike are going to sell this place out, and there's going to be a ring at center field 2 months from now, and we're going to war, so it's really cool.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, first time. Insane.
What is your impressions? Like, can you visualize yourself in the middle with like the crowd going crazy?
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming. You know, it's bigger than I thought, so it's pretty crazy. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to take it all in and just seize the moment and harness all the energies, and it's probably going to be the craziest night of my life.
You know, Tyson's here also. He said he's going to do some wonderful things to you. He said he's been training so hard that he can barely walk, but that he's going to be perfect in about 2 months. What is your training regimen like right now? How are you feeling physically?
I'm feeling really good. You know, I've been active, staying active this whole entire past year, 4 fights in a year. So
for Jake Paul, who has slowly but surely built his boxing career, the idea that Tyson at the age of 58 can still knock out a sparring partner could be a daunting prospect. The footage showed Tyson in his usual aggressive style releasing a series of powerful punches at his sparring partner before he went down. It was a clear indication that Iron Mike still had a powerful punch combination and sharpness that could put any opponent to sleep faster than they could say sleep. You could also see Tyson move strategically, and anyone who understands boxing can see that his footwork is in top shape too. His attacks were also well timed. As you continue to watch the video, you can help but wonder if Tyson is actually 58. Because he moved with speed, his punches came with speed and precision, and he conserved energy in a way that shocked many fans. It is clear that Tyson has learned how to pace himself to stop burning out in later stages of the fight, a point many analysts have raised in recent months leading to the fight. This newfound knowledge can also take away one of Paul's advantages going into the fight. For those that don't know, Jake Paul has a reputation of having strong stamina and is always willing to go the distance during fights. So Tyson having that in his arsenal takes that edge away from the 27-year-old. Now, Paul is going to face Tyson, who is not only powerful but has the stamina to go toe-to-toe with him, is terrifying. And it is not just Paul. Any boxer would be terrified of this knowledge because you will have to deal with a relentless beast all the way to the end of the fight, and you may not survive that situation.
What are fur babies?
Like cats and dogs.
Oh,
Animals.
okay. I thought it was like some...
You thought I have like a kid that's like...
I'm thankful for my fur babies too.
Let's go.
next, we're going to go light breakfast, coffee, and hydrate.
Let's interlock arms. We gotta we're becoming one.
He was already in my bed this morning. Usually no one would. I literally am the most unserious person probably on the planet. It's the key to life. Just have fun. Everything's a joke. We're rock. We don't even know why we're here. What the f are we doing?
I know why I'm here. To beat Jake Paul Jr. and then beat the real Jake Paul in a boxing match later.
Although Jake Paul is confident of his chances in the ring against Tyson, his recent reaction points to the notion that he may be rethinking his decision to fight the baddest man on the planet. Insider sources revealed that Paul has taken his training sessions up a notch. He has also hired more experienced sparring partners and raised the intensity of his workout sessions. All he wants to do is match Tyson's level of preparation. However, the recent footage of Tyson knocking his sparring partner out has caused Paul to consider changing his training to specifically focus on his defense. Although we don't have all the facts, Paul probably thought of Tyson as an opponent he can outlast in the ring, especially when you consider the age difference between both of them. Also, Paul may have also factored Tyson's long absence from competitive boxing and thought of him as being rusty. However, Tyson that can send a sparring partner to the hospital poses a different level of challenge. Perhaps Paul is feeling the pressure and wants to work on ways to avoid the same fate as Tyson's sparring partner when the two meet. From what we have seen of Tyson, we can say he still has the explosive power that makes his punches feel like a rock was dropped on you, so Paul will need the help he can get.
The baddest man on the planet, Iron Mike Tyson!
When I agreed to this fight, I started training. I said, what the f am I thinking of? I finished the process, and now the fight's the party. All the hard work is done. Tune in on November 15th. You won't be disappointed.
The most influential figure in boxing today, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, it's the problem child, Jake El Gallo Paul!
However, Jake Paul has more than one reason to fear Mike Tyson, and this is not a slight on Jake Paul and how has followed his passion to become a competent boxer, but we will take you through 4 reasons why Paul won't survive. Iron Mike.
Hello, what's up? All right, it's a day in the life, except we're doing it Sam Sulek style. Shout out to Sam Sulek. I don't really drop knowledge on you guys or talk a lot, and it's more just like entertainment and stupid jokes and being like awkward and funny. But I guess today is gonna be a little bit more chill, less editing, less crazy things. Sam Sulek is killing it, so I thought it'd be good to do a little style of video like his. And feeling good this morning, you know, woke up sore as got 2 black eyes, and it's about pushing through when you're not feeling it. Bumped shins with my sparring partner yesterday. We smacked shins, rolled my ankle. We're doing body shots, extra rounds on top of the already sparring.
First, Jake Paul is overrated. Hold on, before you jump off and say otherwise, let's tell you that he has only 10 fights under his belt. Yeah, he started fighting late, so his record of 9 wins and 1 defeat is great when you think about it. However, the opponents he has faced take away the shine. Until date, Paul has defeated a blogger in his first fight, winning by a TKO. The second was a basketball player named Neil Robinson. Again, Paul quickly put him to sleep too. His other fights were against MMA fighters. On the surface, defeating any MMA fighter should be celebrated as they are considered worthy opponents. But that is not the case in reality. Every one of those MMA fighters were long retired or fired from the UFC because of their consistent and extensive losing streak. Also, you have to consider that all those guys had smaller size than the huge Paul, so he had a clear reach advantage over them.
You did just fight, a long, hard fight.
Yeah, I didn't feel the best, but I got the job done.
You lied to me.
My coaches are saying that I did good, but...
Bro, you won 6 out of 6 rounds.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
I don't want to get hit at all.
You have to.
I know, kinda. You don't have to.
But I mean, it's good that you do. You know what I mean? You toughen up.
Why did you get hit?
Yeah, why'd you do that?
I'm soft as hell. I think my energy was a little bit lower. Like my punch output, I don't think was as high. But I need to watch it back. I don't know.
There's also stats you can just look. Jake, you beat the out of this guy. That was
yeah.
shocking.
After the fight, they usually give stats.
Yeah, I need to see the punch output and all that.
That was brutal.
Let's talk about like strategy compared to what happened in the ring. What was your strategy going into that fight? What did you do and actually deliver on that fight?
No, that was the exact strategy, is keep him at bay, use the jab. He was way more wild than I thought.
Even though he later moved to fighting boxers, all of them were past the age of 35 and had long left their boxing gloves behind. So the only one of them with a decent reputation was Tommy Fury. The problem child, however, lost to Fury last year. Although he knocked Tommy Fury down in the last round, the fight was already beyond Paul at that point. Honestly, Fury dominated the fight from start to finish. We are not saying that Jake Paul is completely incompetent as a boxer, but comparing him with the top 50 in any division might be an overstretch.
Good fight, good war. You know, tough kid. I didn't have my best performance. All fair play to Tommy. He won fair and square, and that's boxing, man. You got to take it on the chin, but it was good. Some good moments in there. I just really couldn't get my game plan working. But hey, man, this is what the sport's all about. You win some in glorious fashion, and you lose some. And like I said out there, judge me by my losses, because I'll be back.
The next point is weight. We already told you that all Paul's opponents prior to Tyson were far lighter than him and significantly smaller than him, which gave him physical superiority over them. But he now has to face a natural heavyweight in Mike Tyson. The physical superiority won't be there, as Tyson is only slightly lighter than the problem child. We are not talking about his height and reach, because Mike never had that advantage against anyone during his professional boxer career. But we are interested in weight and muscle mass. In this regard, the boxing legend is equal to Paul. Of course, he is older and his body is not what it used to be in the 90s, but Mike's phenomenal muscle strength remains. With the intense preparation he has undertaken, Mike might be in the best shape of his life since he retired professionally in 2005.
Mike, I want to speak to you about this new show, Being Mike Tyson. I mean, how did it work, the filming of it and everything else? How did you get to be doing this show, and how did you feel about the process?
I didn't like the process at all because it was too intrusive. Good. And
cameras following you 24/7?
Pretty much, and my wife thought it was a good idea. I didn't think it was a good idea.
And now?
I still don't know if it was a good idea or not. But Andrew Freed, matter of fact, Andrew Freed said he has a friend that runs this show, work on this set. Anybody here know Andrew Freed? Nobody know Andrew Freed?
I know him, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, so Andrew said he has a friend that helps run this place or whatever. But anyway, he said this is going to be award-winning, whatever, you know, so I said, let's do it. And these guys are really intrusive. And so they took me to, it's about reflecting. So I went back to my this prison that I was locked up in Indiana. And so I met the gentleman who was the assistant warden when I was in there, when I was in prison.
Why do we think weight and physical superiority is a deciding factor for Paul? Well, Jake Paul's fighting style heavily depends on it. If you watch him closely, you will notice that he compensates for his obvious lack of skill and experience with physical dominance. So, he tries to corner his opponent near the rope and not let them escape.
Holidays are meant to soothe people who aren't happy, make them happy again, get fat, drink your alcohol, celebrate with family. You have to learn how to be with yourself. This is a cyclical world. You really got to learn to be independent. Everyone's worried about their girlfriend holding their little binky for them, their family, mom, dad. And I was that person. I was codependent, but boxing helped me become independent and learn how to be lonely, how to be bored, how to be with myself, and amazing things come from that. So shout out Larry Wade, it's his birthday, and we're still out here working. Thanksgiving tomorrow, forgot about that shit. That's how it really is when you're like actually working. On my birthday, I've been sparring for the past 3 years on my birthday pretty much.
Putting in the work, yeah?
Yeah, and the whole team too. The whole team is out here doing the same, you know, all making sacrifices, so thankful for that.
The reason for this is because he is decent at close range, and muscle strength helps him in this regard. Now, he is facing a man with similar or stronger muscle strength and favors aggressive fighting style, so Paul can't use his usual tactics. What will he do when this strategy fails? We have to wait and see. There is no way we can talk about this fight without looking at the experience of both fighters. This is the criteria that actually makes Paul inferior to Tyson. We are not saying it is going to be the only reason he might might lose to Tyson, but it will surely be a significant reason for it if that happens. However, experience is not just about the age of both men. It is more about who they have faced in the ring. While Jake Paul has been in the ring 10 times, he has faced people who hardly know what boxing was about twice. 5 other times, he came up against old MMA guys, so it was only 3 times Paul fought against boxers. Obviously, he picked up useful knowledge of what to do and not do in the ring. But comparing that to the vast experience Mike has over the length of a successful career is laughable, to say the least. Iron Mike stood up against men with hands that are literally lethal weapons. However, Mike defeated most of them and went on to have a long winning streak in the midst of all that. Several of these fights saw Mike knock out boxing giants and some of the most skillful men the sport has ever seen. Frankly, Tyson had more title fights in his career than Paul has had in his life. Yeah, we know that is in the past, but all that experience won't just be forgotten by Tyson completely. So, if Tyson enters the ring and becomes excited about it, all that knowledge may come running back, and it won't be a good outcome for Jake Paul if that happens. Then we have to consider the mentality of both fighters. It is proven knowledge that to achieve success in any sport, you need a special kind of mindset, and not everyone can possess that. Great winners regularly say those that have nothing and have no fear can achieve something when they become professionals. The reason is that people that fall under this category often have the resilience, anger, and mental toughness to go through all the training and setbacks to become champions. Mike Tyson fits this description to the T. His difficult childhood forced him into juvenile detention where he met his first coach. Fate led him to channel his anger and aggression, and as we know, he took full advantage to become one of the best boxers in history. Now, what do we know about the Jake Paul situation? Honestly, it is hard to understand his motive for even boxing at all. I mean, he was making loads of money as a YouTuber. Unlike Tyson, we can definitely say Paul's childhood was as challenging as that of Tyson, especially after listening to him speak. Perhaps Paul fights because he likes it, and frankly, he is a decent boxer. But an opponent with the mentality of Tyson might be too much for the problem child. If Tyson taps into this same anger he used during the 90s successfully, Paul may not stand a chance.
There's a couple of definitions. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. And it also could be, discipline could be taking your illusions and turning them into a reality. Now that's discipline. Imagine you have dream of you dream of yourself something bigger than what you can ever imagine, and you become it.
Well, it's you.
Yeah, it is me. It is me. How does God know that I'm in this filthy place, Brownsville, where everything goes, there's no rules, and I come from there to meet Cuss and then come here? How does that work? That has to be a dream. There's no way I could be from Brownsville, Brooklyn, the lowest level of the lowest of poor people, and now I'm here, and everybody thinks I'm somebody. That you don't have to have no remorse.
Lastly, we have to talk about the knockout power of both men. Tyson's record stands at 44 knockouts from 55 fights. Do you know what Jake Paul's knockout number is at the moment? We can tell you it is not close to the number Tyson has put up. It is a fact that no matter how good a person is physically, he can't have the same cardio power he had at 50. So, you won't expect to see Iron Mike last the entire 8 rounds at top speed. Frankly, he may last 2 or 3 rounds at his peak, but we are talking about Mike Tyson. He doesn't need a lot of time to put a person to sleep in the ring, and his successful career is a testament to this fact. So we might see Jake Paul hit the deck after receiving just 1 or 2 direct hits from Tyson. It could happen in the first minutes or in the second. It doesn't matter to Iron Mike when or how he delivers his trademark tornado punches. Granted, his speed is not what it used to be, but Mike is in a favorable situation because he is not facing Joe Frazier, Evander Holyfield, or any of the other powerful men who know how to box. Instead, he is in the ring with Jake Paul, who, for all his training, is still an amateur when compared to Mike.
Man, a flexible muscle is a strong muscle. A flexible muscle is a fast muscle.
He don't be stretching, he's just stretching his gut out with that bacon in the morning.
Yeah, bacon. What the fuck is you talking about?
Flex your arm tight like this. That's your punch. Yeah, just tight. Without using your body. Punch. Now make it super tight. Flex. punch. Okay, now relax it. Relax it and then punch.
Yeah.
You see the difference?
Yeah, that's weird. Because it's like the whip at the end.
Because the relaxed muscle is faster and stronger. Yeah.
Overall, it promises to be a great fight, and the result may surprise lots of fans. Who is your money on to win this much anticipated match? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments section. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the notification bell.